539, that's going to be the area we're going to watch here on ticker symbol QQQ. That's the ETF of the Nasdaq. We did breach 539 just once back in mid-December, December 16th to be exact. We had a high in here of 539.15 and then immediately closed below it. And then 2 days later, just a huge red candle, and we dropped around 20 bucks. Do we expect ourselves to repeat this if we break the 539s in here? No, not really, because I think we'll get a stick save in here by the 9-day EMA, or we're going to, worst case scenario, we'll close down here at the 520s. I get that's still a big drop, but it's not going to be as massive as this, because look at the volume in here. You had volume coming with this, right? Here, you don't really have a whole lot to work with. And our RSI is basically neutral. You're above 60, but really nothing really to worry about in here. That's what you kind of expect when you see all these green candles in here, right? So you only had that one big pullback, which was what, a $10 pullback in here if you go to the highs and lows. And that was what, 5 trading sessions ago. And then everything else is just surrounded by green candles. So this is what you expect here to go along with this, working our way up to these all-time highs. If you had a little bit more volume, especially on an indecision candle like this, then you would expect a huge drop. So we'll see what happens this next trading session. Remember, Monday is a short trading session because of President's Day. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But 539, like we mentioned before, that's the area that we're going to watch. And then above that, nice psychological whole numbers going by 5 all the way up, right? So 545, 550. Let's see if we can stair step our way up. We'll see if the volume kicks in. We'll see if the RSI starts to reset a little bit for us, or if we continue into overbought territory. Now, support-wise, it's going to be this 534 area right in here, because that was a nice resistance for us back in January. It was also a support for us on that indecision candle. So that's why that's important. Usually we kind of watch right around here, right? But because of that indecision candle and where it's sitting, and it matches up nicely right here with this resistance point, that's why we picked that 534. So below the 534, the 9-day EMA, which is currently that nice whole number 530, is going to be our next support. Below that, 520, or this trend line here that we have drawn, which is right around that same area. So anywhere in between the 517 to the 520 mark in here, this channel. So that's kind of the areas that we're watching. But again, 539, we have to look, see where the volume is going to take us. But that's going to be more or less our main level in here to watch. What is the options chain telling us? Well, low IV in here, so everything's relatively cheap. That's obviously what you're going to get when you have low volume and all these green candles. You're going to get cheap options. And you have right around a $7 expected move by this coming Friday, which is the monthlies. And if you go all the way out to March, right around a $20 expected move in here. So all in all, very cheap, kind of everything that you would expect in here as we're working our way up. But we need to see what happens with this 539 level, and then watch the RSI and volume accordingly in here before we start making any drastic moves. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you are interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.